Hello and welcome everyone. I am Vivek Gupta and I am a program manager in the Microsoft Graph Connectors product team. I am here to showcase the Microsoft built Graph Connector for indexing wikis in Azure DevOps Service. Using the Azure DevOps Wiki Graph Connector, you will be able to index both project and code wikis into Microsoft Search and enable your organization's users to search for these wikis through any of Microsoft Search's endpoints like Bing, Office.com or SharePoint Online. In this video, I am going to walk you through the required steps to set up the Azure DevOps Wiki Graph Connector. Further, we will modify the Microsoft Search results page and complete our setup. Let's dive in. In this demo, I will set up the Azure DevOps Wiki Connector for Microsoft Search in my organization called Contoso Electronics. I have an Azure DevOps organization named Wiki Connector Demo, which I will index using the connector. To set up your Graph Connector, sign into your admin account in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. In the navigation pane, select Settings and then select Search and Intelligence. Select the Data Sources tab. Click on Add and then select Azure DevOps Graph Connector. Further, choose the Azure DevOps Wiki Graph Connector. This will open the connector configuration wizard. The first step in the wizard is to name your connection. Provide an appropriate name to your connection along with a unique connection ID. Also add a description of your choice and accept the terms of use. To connect to your Azure DevOps instance, you will need your Azure DevOps account app ID and client secret. Click on the help link to lead to the documentation. Navigate to the link provided on this documentation for registering an app on Azure DevOps. Follow the guidance on the screen to register an app. After registering the app, also make sure that third-party application access via OAuth is enabled for your Azure DevOps organization as shown on the screen. Use the app ID and client secret generated to authenticate to Azure DevOps. Hit Sign In. Accept the permissions. And you would see a connection successful message. Click Next. Select the Azure DevOps organization you want to index. I will choose the Wiki Connector Demo organization. To index wikis in the entire organization, select Index Entire Organization. To choose specific projects, select Choose Projects. For the purpose of this demo, I choose Index Entire Organization. Select the only people who have access to this data source option to allow only users who have access to a wiki be able to discover the wiki. Select the Everyone option to allow all wikis be visible to all users in your organization. I'll select the first one and move ahead. Property labels allow Microsoft Search to perform better and provide higher relevance in search results. I am comfortable with the default selection and will move ahead. In this step, you can select the search attributes required for your connector setup. I will select a couple of more properties as searchable. Other than that, I am comfortable with the default selection and will move ahead. Choose an appropriate refresh interval for both incremental and full crawls on the screen. Review all configuration settings provided by you and click Finish. Your graph connector configuration is complete. It will take a while for your connection to get published and start crawling. You need to further customize the Microsoft Search results page. The required actions column points towards the required customizations. First, we will add a custom vertical by clicking Create Vertical. Provide an appropriate name to the search vertical . The Azure DevOps Wiki connector is already selected. I do not want to configure QQLs, so I'll skip this optional step. I do not want to add filters for now, so I'll skip this step. Review the configuration choices provided and hit Add Vertical. Enable the vertical, and with this, your vertical setup is complete. Next, we will add the result type by clicking on Create Result Type. Provide an appropriate name to the result type. Select the Azure DevOps Wiki content source. I do not require to set up rules and will skip this step. You can design the result layout based on your organization's requirements using the Layout Designer. However, to get started, we have provided a rich result layout in our documentation. Open the documentation page and scroll down to Step 9. Click on the sample result layout. On this page, you will see the result layout provided. Copy the JSON and paste it in the input box provided for the result layout JSON. Review all inputs provided and finally add the result type. With this, we have configured the two required actions required to set up Microsoft Search. We can now start using Microsoft Search for finding our wikis. In SharePoint Online, I'll type in my search query as graph connectors. Microsoft Search shows me relevant search results from Azure DevOps Wikis in the All tab as a result cluster. I can click this result cluster to navigate to the custom vertical we had set up to see more search results.